for the biggest fish, the hottest bites. This week, here on In-Depth Outdoors.
Got it. Look at that. Wow, is that an incredible fish? Got him. Whoa, this is an absolute monster.
Headed to the best ice fisheries from across the ice belt. We'll fish longer, punch more holes, and go further off the beaten path in search of the hottest bites on ice.
Oh, look at that. What a specimen. Look at the size of that. Look at that fish. That is a monster pike.
This is In-Depth Outdoors.
We're like 19 here.
Then we can just work in.
Yeah, so we should be good.
Yep. All right, I will make some noise. Morning, everyone. James Holst here, fishing with Will Roseberg. We're out on Mille Lacs Lake. We're right at the end of December, and we figured it was high time for a Mille Lacs update show. We're here, you're going to be chasing walleyes, maybe some pike mixed in too. Now, this is not the first time we fished Mille Lacs this year. In fact, Will and I were here about a week and a half ago. Things have changed. The first time Will and I were here, we were on about 2 to 3 inches of ice. Fishing was pretty good. We got some great walleyes, some big pike, and also some really nice underwater footage of some of those pike hitting tip-ups. But the reason we didn't air that show was really simple. One, the conditions were horrible. It rained all day long. Literally one of the most miserable days I've ever fished in. And two, 2 inches of ice, 3 inches of ice, and a lot of rain does not make for safe ice conditions. So what we're dealing with today, 8, 10 inches of ice. Everything seems to be very stable. The ice fishing season is ramping up here into high gear out on Mille Lacs Lake. If you're going to be fishing Mille Lacs Lake first week of January, this is a show you're going to want to watch because we're really going to be covering a lot of the updates and conditions that you're going to see. So stick around. Jump up on the inside. No way. Got him. It's a walleye. Will Roseberg.
That is a beauty to start the day, buddy.
We're not supposed to be catching walleyes this early. I mean, that is just an awesome fish. That one smoked a shiner. I had just told the cameraman we're probably going to be sitting here for about 45 minutes before anything happens. And I actually heard something, which was the spring on that tip-up popping. It's not supposed to happen this early, but on days when it does, they're typically really, really good days. And that is a fat, healthy fish. And oh boy, Alberto, did that fish eat that shiner. That's one of those VMC hooks with that extra point that's a little bit elongated. Just absolutely deadly on a tip-up. I love it. And that is a super fish. I'm gonna let him go though. But what a start to the day. Back you go, sweetheart. So here's kind of the deal that we look for out here on Mille Lacs, and you know, first ice, we love these shallow bites. Yeah, Mille Lacs is known for mud flats, gravel bars, reefs, humps. There's going to be fish there, but more often than not, early in the season, you can't get to them due to thin ice or cracks that might be out there in the lake. So these near shore bites early in the season can be phenomenal. What we also see is the size of the fish tends to be tremendous. We're fishing in about 12 to 16 foot of water right on the edge of a weed line. The key to getting on these fish very often is tip-ups. Now, I love catching fish on a jig rod, but what happens is you're fishing such shallow water, the water is so clear that if you're hole hopping out in these shallow areas, even your foot traffic will spook the fish. I mean, hey, who's run a tip-up, and as you get close to the tip-up, you start to see the spindle spin real fast? It's not because the fish decided to swim away quickly, you spooked them. These fish can hear what's going on underneath the ice. So when we're hole hopping in the shallow water, we're very often spooking fish, and that's why we find that putting putting out a fleet of tip-ups like this just tends to work so much better. That is the way to start the day.
James, if we didn't have the Polaris to light up our tip-ups, we might not have ever seen that.
Little light bar.
Okay.
Big light bar.
Hey, I have seen the light. Now let's see your walleye. Flag up, James.
Oh. Good grief, man. Hey, look who's got a bucket of minnows. Need a pliers?
Thank you. It's not the biggest fish we're gonna catch today, but that is a great start. Well, it's kind of chilly out here. I want to get my gloves back on, so let's let this one go quick.
Nicely done.
Right now we're 1 and 1. One on a shiner, one on a sucker.
I was just gonna ask you what flavor it was.
Oh, it's right here.
Somebody brought you a bucket of minnows,
A
man.
nice medium-sized sucker. Yeah. Only bad thing about getting out here so early is your hands sure do get cold before the sun comes up.
At Otter Outdoors, we're committed to building a tougher, stronger, smarter line of ice shelters. Tougher is our roto-molded sleds, known for their legendary strength and durability. Stronger is our anodized square tube frame, oversized and substantially stronger than round tubing. Smarter is our fully sewn and quilted insulated Pro Series and Wild Series thermal shells, and a complete line of smarter accessories. This winter, let Otter Outdoors unleash the tougher, stronger, smarter ice angler in you.
You know, while we're sitting here waiting for a bite, James, something popped into my head. Do you ever wonder what your slender spoon is thinking while it's down there and a walleye's looking at it?
I never have.
I like to think that my slender spoon is thinking I'm sexy and I know it. Wiggle, 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 wiggle.
People at home, that is the cold medicine talking.
You don't want to tell them what yours is thinking, James?
I don't think mine thinks anything at all. You got the special one.
I guess my slender spoon is much more outgoing.
Does it talk to you?
Only in my dreams, sir. Is it wrong that I dreamed about slender spoons last night? Maybe that was the cold medicine too, but... Oh, we got a flag. Oh, look at the head on that sucker.
Yeah. That's that quick strike rig, man. You get these fish up in your chasing these big baits, and there's just something about that quick strike rig that kind of immobilizes the bait. It's absolute opposite thinking for the walleye fishermen. You know, walleye guys are always worried about, supernatural, minimal tackle. But these quick strike rigs do such a good job of limiting the movement on these suckers at a time of year when the walleyes aren't all that aggressive. If you guys take away anything from today's show, be thinking about big baits and don't shy away from these quick strike rigs for that very simple reason. So we're gonna pop that one treble hook out, perfect placement, just right in the upper lip there. Snap that out of there. That's really what Mille Lacs is all about. Big fish, lots of them. And that's that Sure Set treble. That's a VMC hook. It's got that one gap that's so much larger. It is the ideal tip-up hook in my opinion. They're supposed to be on Rapala crankbaits, but they're just dynamite on tip-ups as well. That is a super fish. That's a long fish. There's a lot of fish to put down that hole. Woo, yeah. Well, my hands are gonna need a little tender loving care to warm back up because it is a little chilly, but it was all worth it. I need a sucker minnow, buddy.
Oh, we got a flag up in shallow.
Oh, way in.
And it's spinning. Oh, good fish, good fish. Let's hope this is the one we're looking for, walleye. I think this is a pike. Make sure that that line is set so that if he runs, I don't lose it. That's a piker. I was really hoping that was a walleye when I first set on him, but pike are still fun. He's not ready to go yet though. I don't think this is as big as the pike I caught a couple weeks ago when we were first out on early ice. Oh, there we go. That's not even as big as I was hoping. Another good hook job right in the corner of the mouth. Slimy little bugger. Hook work too good. What we've been using on the tip-ups this year are these little homemade quick set rigs here with 30-pound fluorocarbon. I'll let this guy go real quick. There you go, bud. Go get another sucker and get that back down. It's fun, James. This is fun.
This winter, start seeing red. Visit markhamtech.com and this winter, start seeing red.
Mind if I fish with you guys?
No, but if you're using custom jigs and spins lures, you better get a bigger bucket.
With Custom Jigs and Spins new tungsten heavy metal jigs, you'll get down to the big ones quickly and catch more and bigger fish. These jigs have been designed by world-renowned Croatian ice fisherman Čekaj Matt.
Čekaj #1 with Čekaj Lures Fishing. Go, Čekaj, go!
So when you use Custom Jigs and Spins, try the new tungsten heavy metal ice jigs.
Custom jigs and spins, the hottest bait below the ice.
What say you, Will? Sucker or shiner? Sucker. So what we're doing right now is we're gonna set up 2 more tip-ups. Definitely today the preference has been for big live bait. The biggest shiners we can get our hands on and those 6 to 8 inch suckers. The jig and spoons this morning, we had a couple fish right away, and since then, every fish that comes in and takes a look at a spoon just splits. So tip-ups it is. All right, perfect. Another thing to keep in mind when you're setting tip-ups like this, a lot of walleye guys have it set, so in their mind that everything needs to be right near the bottom. When we're in around these weeds,
flag.
Flag's up. When we're in around the weeds like this, we want it to be 2 to 4 feet off the bottom. These fish are cruising, they're looking up, but there's a flag going.
Another pretty walleye.
Hey, brother. Beautiful fish, bud.
It's a beautiful fish. Look at the color on this, and fat and healthy. We have been catching some of the prettiest colored fish here on Mille Lacs today.
And a lot of them, bud.
And a lot of them. Look at that fish. That is just a gorgeous, gorgeous fish.
That was sucker minnow, wasn't it?
No, this was on a shiner.
Another shiner fish, all right.
Let this go here.
We've talked about a couple real critical parts of this presentation. Everybody thinks tip-ups, hey, you just throw a tip-up in the water, it's gonna catch fish, and it's really not that way. Quick strike rigs make a huge difference, and of course, the quality, the size of the bait we're using, that's really what we're looking for, something that fills the entire ice scoop. I'm gonna pick out one of these great big shiners. Makes all the difference in the world. You come out here with just small fat heads, you might catch a few fish, but with these larger minnows, these larger baits, what you see is a much larger caliber of fish. You gotta believe me on this. You throw fatheads down there, you just don't get near the flags, and the size of the fish goes way down. So yeah, I know as walleye fishermen, we've always got it in the back of our mind, we need to be finesse, finesse, finesse. But the truth of the matter is, in this presentation, you wanna go big. Another thing that we're doing, you see the split shots. We've got split shots right down near the bait, and what that does for you is it really reduces the amount of run that minnow will have under that split shot. If you put it up 2 feet, you see a lot more aggressive swim motion to that bait. And hey, it's wintertime. When you're fishing a large bait like that, you have to make it look like an easy meal. So you combine that real close split shot placement with that quick strike rig on the larger baits, and what you have is that ideal presentation. These fish see that big meal just hanging overhead, it can't get away, they come up and smack it.
Oh, we got a flag.
Off he goes.
Oh, I got him. That feels like a decent fish, not huge. Walleye. There we go. Another pretty fish. All right, bud, here we go. Oh, still got some fight to it. There we go. Go home. Come back and bite next year when you're a little bigger. That one was on a shiner minnow. They're coming on both shiners and suckers, and we're gonna throw another shiner down here and see if we can get another fish.
I'd get that one. Who's greedy? Oh yeah, there he is. Easy. Feels like a nice fish. Oh yeah. Oh, this is a beautiful fish. Check that out. You know, I've got tip-ups set right behind this location in this little line. Will's got 2 tip-ups that are right along the edge of this inside turn. We're just smoking fish in here. I'm only about 50 feet away, and that's making all the difference between flags popping and putting fish on the ice and tip-ups that are basically just sitting there doing nothing. The gap on these trebles is so nice. When it locks in there, it's not going anywhere. We're gonna make a show off this one tip-up. Take a cell phone pic, will you? And that's just a super Mille Lacs fish. So indicative of the fish that have been caught today. I think we're gonna catch a whole bunch more. You know, very often guys think about this shallow water walleye bite up here in these weeds as being kind of an early morning bite. We've got the perfect conditions today. We've got overcast skies, just real light hint of snow coming down pretty much all day long. It's keeping these shallow fish biting all day long. All right, buddy, we'll see you later. Off she goes. Flag over there. Holy smokes! This is not a walleye. This is a very large pike, I would imagine, and right now he ran us through about a cornfield and a half of cabbage, I'm sure. I don't know that I've seen a spindle on a tip-up cranking quite like that before. And I'm not feeling a lot of fight, but a lot of weight, which he's probably stuck in the weeds. I can't remember if this is a quick strike. I don't think it's a shiner rig, so I think it's a heavy leader quick strike rig.
Oh, I see his head. Oh, that's weeds now.
Yeah, that's what I thought. It's like pitching the hydrilla for largemouth. Yeah, got me a salad with my northern pike.
Now you have both your greens and your meat for the evening.
That's right. Well, this one's got a lot of protein on it, but we're still gonna let her go. That's a pretty nice pike. Added bonus of fishing these tip-ups. That is a sweet fish. Got a little crunchy weed growth there, but just like I thought, ripped right down through those weeds, and that's why it was such a heavy fish coming back to the hole. No slouch in its own right, but you throw all those weeds on there and it gets real heavy. I'm gonna let that fish go. Just a super pike. Oh, nice, fat fish. All right, sweetheart. Start your engines. Off she goes. That's cool. What a bonus. I can't really think of what it would take to really better this day. I know Will and I have had a blast. Maybe 1 or 2 more big walleyes, and then we'll call it a day.
Since 1946, StrikeMaster has held to a simple idea. If you build an auger that makes less work out of drilling holes, people will have more fun ice fishing. StrikeMaster's 2-stroke solo series provides unmatched cutting speed in a lightweight design. New this winter, StrikeMaster unveils their Honda-powered 4-stroke auger. The Honda 35cc Light tears up the ice with reliable Honda power. StrikeMaster Ice Augers. Visit us online today to find the StrikeMaster auger that's right for you.
Hello, I'm Dave Markworth. I'd like to introduce you to the Skeeter Boat Center in Eau Claire, Wisconsin. At the Skeeter Boat Center, we carry the Midwest's largest selection of Skeeter fishing boats, all at prices you can afford. And we offer test drives on most models in stock. Our highly trained staff will provide you the personalized service that you deserve. So check us out at SkeeterBoatCenter.com, where our goal is to help you have fun fishing.
Oh, we got a flag up. There we go. We got another real nice walleye. I can tell with the head shakes. Not surprising, we've already gone through 2 dozen sucker minnows and a dozen shiners today. There we go. Look at that. I mean, when you can say that this is not even one of our better fish today. This is a real nice fish, but we've caught a lot bigger fish today. What a gorgeous fish though. I don't mind catching these all day, and actually that's what we've been doing. It's been kind of overcast, a little snow. We've had constant action from morning until now it's getting early afternoon. There's not many days when you can sit here in 14 feet of water and catch fish like this without a break. Get this guy back so we can catch another bigger one. Send mama back, little buddy. Let's go get a sucker.
Oh, flag up on the inside. It's a good one.
What do you got, James?
This is one of the best big fish days I've had on Mille Lacs with tip-ups.
Oh, hey, look at the head on that sucker.
And look how he's hooked. Just barely snoot hooked there.
Oh my gosh.
That is a nice fish. Where's that other hook? I don't want to get stung.
Yeah, it's on this side here.
Thanks, bro.
Nice
Oh, that's one of those.
buddy.
That's one of those VMCs. Those things hook so nice.
These shallow water
Look at
tip-offs are just crushing it. We can't get them on the screen.
Loving it a lot.
Yeah, the spoon, they're not even coming on screen. I don't even get a shot at them with these tip-offs.
Your
They're
tip-up
just
again.
Rocking.
There are 2 spots that we're just throttling these fish. We had 3 dozen suckers and shiners this morning when we started, and we're running out of bait.
I think we have 2 left.
Awesome.
We are calling for more bait, or one of us is going to get it.
I mean, just look at that fish. It's gorgeous. But I'll take what I can get. Fish on a jigging rod, fishing spoons or what have you. But it's just one of those days where they want big meat. They want it holding still underneath that tip up. We've tried jigging through this area. We're just getting snubbed. But every time we put down that big sucker minnow, it's fish on, fish after fish. So we're not going to change the game plan. Sure, I'd like to catch them on a jig rod, but I'll take what I can get. That fish has been a great sport. Phenomenal fish from Mille Lacs Lake. Just a fatty, gorging on all those perch that are up here. I'm sure as long as those big schools of perch stay up here in this area, these walleyes are gonna be right behind them. This will be a bite that'll stick around for a couple more weeks, I would imagine, as long as the fishing pressure doesn't push these fish out of here. Yeah, you know it.
All right, James, enough talking. Let's get a minnow and catch another fish.
Yeah, this spot is good, but we're not gonna catch any fish without a minnow on it. Very cool.
There you go, bud.
Yeah, we're down to the scraps in there, bud.
Oh, we got a flag.
Do it.
Oh, I don't know if he's still here, James. Yep, it is still there. Gosh, we've been on a run here. The sun is out now. We're still catching fish. Started out good, and I kept waiting for the morning bite to die off. It just seems to keep going all day, though. I don't know if I've caught fish in this nice of conditions all day before. Oh, this is a walleye. Looks like I'm gonna have to get a wet elbow. Another gorgeous Mille Lacs walleye. It's kind of funny, I'm not getting as excited now because we've put dozens of these on the ice today. It's just been an awesome day. All right, buddy. Gosh, they are just inhaling the sucker minnows. I mean, when we're hooking them, they're just right in the lip. We're not even hardly having to let them go. God, that's a fat fish. They are just chubby. They're eating very, very well here in the weed line. I'm gonna let this one go. There you go, buddy. And now we're gonna rebait and see what we can catch. Flag! Flag, James! I'm gonna let you get this one.
Oh, it's perfect.
That might be a walleye.
Oh, yep.
That's a walleye?
Oh yeah, it's a nice fish. Come here, sweetheart. All right. You know what I think we're gonna do? We're gonna end the day right here. Just a phenomenal bite for Will and I today. We've got some clearer skies coming in, which means I don't expect these fish to keep going like they've been doing so far today. For anybody that's gonna come and fish Mille Lacs in the next week, first couple weeks in January, this shallow bite is going to be here for you. You get low light early in the morning, of course. Later in the afternoon, it's always going to be solid. If you get kind of a cloudy day, come into these 14-foot weed flats. Get out here with some big bait. You're going to just completely get on some just awesome fish. What we're hearing about the rest of the lake, out in deeper water, that 25-foot plus stuff, early in the morning, late in the day, very sporadic bite. It's going to get better as we get later into the winter, but right now it seems that this shallow water pattern is the way to go. So thanks for watching. From Will Roseberg and I, we'll see you next week. All right, buddy. Goodbye. Woof.
For more info on the latest fish reports, gear recommendations, and hottest techniques, connect with us online at indepthoutdoors.com or follow us on Facebook at InDepth Outdoors. And if you enjoyed today's show, be sure to let our sponsors know.